Ever since I shared a video about taking a break from my professional career, a comment that periodically comes up is, why do I brag about retiring early? It's also been suggested to me that a lot of people who buy luxury pieces don't have to work, but they don't feel the need to bring this topic up. The idea of bragging took me by surprise. I couldn't comprehend why my message was translated this way. I share my story and journey because I thought it might help some people. There was a time in my life where I felt so exhausted, both physically and mentally. I occasionally confided in my then colleagues who often expressed feeling the same way. Looking back, I think I was seeking for inspirations to keep myself going. It was only later that I came across some resources that really helped to give me a sense of direction. Since I posted that video, many healthcare workers have left me messages about their struggles. I'm incredibly honored that some people found a bit of comfort from watching my video. I understand all too well how it's like to be overworked to the point of burnout. So it means a lot to me that my video is in the slightest way relatable to certain people. I understand that my story might not be applicable to everyone. After all, we are all at different stages in life. Our background, values, priorities, and everything else can be so different. So there's a good chance that our circumstances wouldn't be identical. In fact, I don't think any books, videos, songs, or podcasts could speak to absolutely everyone. I mean, can you imagine a world where everyone was exactly the same? Perhaps the beauty of social media is that while the content creator has the creative freedom, it doesn't take away the liberty of viewership from the viewers. I share my journey not to impose any idea on anyone, but if some people can find some value from it, then that's wonderful. In fact, it always makes my day so much better. However, if my story stirs some emotion that you don't appreciate, I fully respect it. I think it's important to find people and ideas that we can resonate with. And fortunately, the options are plenty on social media. Perhaps I should also mention that the option to have a break was only possible after years of very intentional planning. This is something I've always tried to highlight simply because I don't want to fantasize the process. The reality is, long ago, I already decided that I simply cannot have it all. And most importantly, I don't need to have it all to be happy. I might like having some nice handbags, but I don't care for expensive cars. I enjoy jewelry, but I'm just as happy reading a good book in my garden. I love traveling, but I don't feel the need to buy a new handbag everywhere I go. Simple things in life, such as going to my local library, give me a lot of joy. There's absolutely nothing wrong if you aspire to a more lavish lifestyle, or if you're looking for someone who can have it all, as they call it. But this might just not be the best place to look for ideas. I'm so thankful that this community is always really supportive. I wake up every morning feeling so grateful to have this creative outlet. And I understand that dealing with the occasional negative messages is just part of being on social media. Interestingly, years ago, before I had this YouTube channel, I made the assumption that if I was ever misunderstood on the internet, it wouldn't upset me. I didn't think it would have the same gravity like when I receive a mean comment in my daily life. It was a nice idea, but in reality, it's not quite as easy to practice. I guess when you put something out there to the world, you naturally want it to come across the right way because, in a way, it represents you as a person. To every single one of you who have sent me a kind word of encouragement, thank you. It means so much more than you might imagine. On certain days, it really keeps me going. I still maintain contact with some of my ex-colleagues who supply me with stories and updates about the industry. We still meet up where we would rekindle the many inside jokes and memories. Occasionally, they also remind me about how this is my prime time and I should return to make the most of it. At times, I do wonder if I'm missing out, but for the most part, I'm really grateful for stepping away for a while. This is a break that my body and my well-being desperately needed. I sometimes reminisce the days when I worked 6 days a week. Oftentimes, I also had no lunch and I would work into the evening. It was intense, but it was also a very valuable experience that has helped to shape me into the person I am today. I'm glad to say this break has been very nourishing. I try to refrain from doing too much. You might have noticed I still only post 1 video a week. Most days I work on video ideas, filming and editing in the morning, and then I spend the rest of the day doing those things that I had always been wanting to do. It's lovely to be more available for my family, go on last-minute trips, learn to ski, immerse myself in books, and not be on a tight schedule where I have to plan everything down to the minutes. I recently started reading fiction books after a long time, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. For years, I actively tried to bury the creative side of me because I didn't think it would contribute anything to my career. I also struggled to identify myself as a professional healthcare worker who also likes to draw and doodle. Looking back, I wish I had allowed myself to connect with that inner child in me earlier, but I guess it's never too late. This year, I want learning to be the main theme. I recently got some books to learn about the basics of drawing, such as how to draw human anatomy, facial expression, and how to work with colors and composition. I've been doing illustrations for a year, but I never really took the time to master the basics. A while ago, I took a Skillshare class, and the teacher, Mimi Chow, said something that really hit home with me. She said, even if you're drawing really cartoony things, it's always a good idea to learn the basics because otherwise you'll be quite limited in what you can draw and how much you can express yourself through your characters. So I've been taking the time to go back to basics because I really do enjoy art and drawing, and I thought I might as well make good use of this window. Mimi has an amazing Skillshare class called the Drawing Foundation. This is an 4-hour class, so I did break it down to about 40 minutes a day, just so I can digest the information and do some practicing before moving on to more details. This is a fantastic foundation class for anyone who is interested to draw. It's very compact, well organized, and so easy to follow. Many of you might already know that Skillshare is an online learning community where you can take classes like starting a business, filmmaking, photography, and so on. But Skillshare also offers hundreds of career-focused classes. If you're into art or starting a creative career, you'll find Mimi's classes really inspiring and helpful. I hope one day I'll be able to have a small creative business, making art that's relatable and thought-provoking. For now, I'm just focusing on taking small steps and enjoying the process. Because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, there's a link down below for you to sign up for a free trial. This means you can explore the Skillshare library completely for free for 1 whole month. I also want to share a book that I've been reading recently, and it's called Mastery by Robert Greene. He talks about the journey of mastering anything is something we can never rush. It's been a helpful book to instill some patience in me and to keep myself grounded. At times, I do feel frustrated that I'm not making the kind of art that I aspire to. But I'll tell myself, I spent 5 years in dental school and a year being a trainee dentist before I could finally work on my own. And even after a decade of working, there's still always something new to learn and some ways I could improve myself. Thank you for spending this beautiful morning with me. I thought I should address some of the passing comments as well as give you some life updates. If any of you have any good tips on how to deal with negativity, please let me know. Take care and I will see you soon.